No more black tears, man. We at the next light, man. We out of traffic. Season season was good, man. First week of the year, 2025. What's up, man?
2025, I'm still alive.
Verteezy.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? New year, man. Same OG though.
Okay. Better not be no new me. It's the same OG. That's what I'm talking about. Last time I checked, man, it all happened in a week, but it all happened in the new year too, man. Before we get started, man, I just want to take a moment of silence for those that were injured and lost their life on January 1st, 2025, including the Georgia football team.
Jeez. Yeah, but
Hey,
on a serious note, yeah.
Hey man, so Simone Biles this week in sports, y'all, was announced as Sports Illustrated Sports Person of the Year. What's your thoughts on this, C's?
I'm never going to knock anybody who does, any athlete who does something great. We talking about the Olympics. Honestly, to me, the Olympics are bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than the World Series, bigger than the NBA championship. We have those yearly. We only have the Olympics every 4 years. So I mean, she's done a great job, had a great career. She's probably not going to be in the Olympics again, but Sports Illustrated is not as high as it used to be. Like it's not like the SBs now, but still a great award. I'm never going to knock her. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, so last year I had Caitlin Clark as my athlete of the year. But like when I think of sports person, I think of someone more than just what they do athletically. I think how they uplift a whole sport, how they uplift sports in general. We got to remember, so a couple years ago, Simone Biles did not compete in the Olympics because of mental health reasons. It was a whole documentary on Netflix about her. She got married to Jonathan Owens. She's doing her thing, Black Love, and she just went to this Olympics. She uplifted the whole Olympic team, not just the gymnastics team. She was one of the faces of USA Olympics, and she brought home, I want to say, 3 gold medals as well as a silver in one category. Like, if you was to ask me, yes, I feel like she probably was the sports person of the year. Like, she was the person that, to me, uplifted sports the most and showed us what sports is supposed to be.
Yeah, shout out to her. She did her thing. She's a beautiful black woman. Shout out to Jonathan Owens. You know what I'm saying? Just I got love for them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her.
Man, so another person that could have easily been nominated Sports Person of the Year, LeBron James, the first father to ever play with his son in the NBA game. And he turned 40 recently. You know, the first ever player to play as a teenager and play as a 40-year-old NBA game. His son, Bryce, just committed to Arizona. Hey, shout out to Bryce, man, because, you know, people said this last year. They said Bronny wants to be an NBA player more, but they said Bryce has the physical tools. He has the game to make it to the NBA. So we'll see how good Bryce is at Arizona for this 1 year, because I doubt he'll be there more than 1 year. And if it's possible for Bryce and Bronny and LeBron to take the court, I doubt Bryce will make the Lakers, because if he's as good as everyone says he is, he's going to be a top 5 pick, at least a top 10 pick, definitely a lottery pick. So he probably won't go to the Lakers, but still, to have a father play in the NBA game with both his sons, it's just more and more shit to make you be like, man, it's just hard to argue LeBron James GOAT status. So yeah, man, I'm definitely happy to see that.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to drag it out, but I am going to go on a little bit of a rant. Hey, we're bringing this shit into 2025. Nepotism. Fucking nepotism. I don't even think he should do. I think he should actually develop as a college player, as good as potentially as he was. Like he was one of the top recruits in the nation, but I think him going to a program like Arizona, Tom Lloyd, their coach, the most winning coach in the Pac-12 of all time. In his first 3 seasons, he's had a winning record. So he's like 81 for like 20 something. So crazy numbers. He's literally won Pac-12 Coach of the Year. I think they got a great program. And Arizona, historically, through the 90s, they've been a basketball school. So it's like, it's not like football. It's not like these other games. And you have different power conferences in the Pac-12. I can see Bryce Young being one of those players getting deep. with a deep team. So I think it's a great program, and I think he's going to develop to be a great player. And who fucking knows? LeBron could probably still be playing in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and they possibility they could all be on the same damn team. Who knows, man?
Yeah, he probably gonna retire after this year, and then when Bryce come out, come back out of retirement, be a free agent, and just sign with his team and play with his son for a couple months, and then go back to retirement again. So,
Hey man, Michael Jordan did it. Michael Jordan came out of retirement.
yeah, so that would probably be the best way that he could do it. But man, he's on GOAT status. You know what I'm saying? It could be more than one GOAT. Last time I went to the zoo or the petting zoo or the farm, I saw it wasn't just one GOAT there. I don't know about y'all. It was multiple GOATs.
I mean, it could be multiple goals, bro, but let's try to limit it to like 5.
Hey man, I seen them all eating tires, and you know what I'm saying. I read the book. It was a lot of goats eating them tires. They was eating everything out there.
Aluminum cans,
Yeah.
shoestrings.
Yeah, so they was eating.
But it's one goat in charge of all the goats, though, man. You can't be trying to have no 10 goats now.
Yeah, it's Billy.
Yeah.
And who is Billy? They gonna have to fight it out.
Hey man,
Bill Russell.
Oh, there you go.
Talking about GOAT status. To get the GOAT status, you got to win championships. Not one championship, but plural. We got 4 teams left in the college football playoffs. We had some games happen on New Year's Day, as well as the day after New Year's. The first game I want to talk about, I don't want to even talk about the game. I just want to talk about a team. Ohio State. Y'all got ramrodded by Michigan. They punked you. They made you look soft. And then y'all said, you know what, man? We can't play smash mouth football. And y'all came out against Tennessee spreading. Y'all said, you know, we got Jeremiah Smith. We got these receivers. We throwing the ball. Then y'all came out against Oregon, which has been the best team since the start of the season till New Year's Day. And y'all stepped on that field and y'all made Oregon look like Vanderbilt. Y'all ran them boys off the motherfucking field. If there's a team that has looked the scariest in these playoffs, it's Ohio State. Will Howard, the quarterback, oh my God. I know you're not coming out to the draft, but you have raised your draft stock by the way you've looked in these playoffs, man. And Jeremiah Smith, it is a lot of NFL teams that's pissed the fuck off that you cannot come into the NFL draft this year because you have looked like the best player in college football in these 2 games, what you've done against Tennessee and against Oregon, man. So I'm afraid for Texas. I'm afraid for Notre Dame. And I'm damn sure afraid of Penn State because I don't know if anybody can even step on the field with them Buckeyes. And I say that as somebody who, if there's a college football team that I really do not fuck with, I do not really like the Buckeyes like that. And I'm afraid for anybody to step on the field with them Buckeyes because they look like the most talented team in college football right now.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get into the games either, but I'm going to get into a little bit of the politics because if you notice, all 4 of the teams that had buys lost. All 4 of the top 4 teams, they lost. Every team that had to buy, they lost. And these are not college players anymore. These professionals. So it's like, do y'all not need the rest? Or do y'all want the rest? Or y'all not prepared? Like how all 4 of the teams, after Texas lost to Georgia, Kirby Smart was saying, oh yeah, these guys need rest. Can't wait to get them some rest. Y'all got the rest, and y'all look like butt. Like, it was crazy. Like, y'all look like y'all was rolling around in the dirt. So, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so it was crazy, man. SEC dominance right now, as of right now. I'm not saying all time. I'm not gonna jump the gun and say it's over. Like the day of the SEC is over. No, I'm not saying that. That shit was crazy. This is what college football is about. It is about these games that people winning that you don't expect to win. With Georgia, I honestly think it came down to skill. If they would have had their main quarterback back, he knows how to run the game better. They obviously would have played better, so we wouldn't be in the situation we are in. Arizona State, their quarterbacks, what is his name? Skadala, something like that?
Scatterboo, that running back.
Scatterboo, crazy. Dude should be a running back. The way he
is a
played.
running back. He is a running back. Yeah, Scatterboo.
I'm thinking the quarterback. Yeah, but yeah. Yo, so Scatterboo's definitely a monster, man. This is goes to show you. I think Notre Dame is my favorite. Ohio State is scary. Texas, you've seen the flaws in Texas game. They lost to Georgia multiple times. We just see where the trajectory of this game is going. This is what you want, though. College football, this is what you want. It's the first year of the playoffs. It did not go the way I thought it would go, where it would be dominated by the SEC. I stand by my statement about Georgia. But yeah, I think Notre Dame is going to beat this thing overall, though.
And man, shout out to Marcus Freeman, the coach of Notre Dame, and James Franklin, the coach of Penn State. Whoever wins that game will be the first African American black head coach to coach in a national championship for college football. And like I told y'all last week, we still making first in 2024. So for all the black head coaches that we've had, all the black players we've had in college football, for that to be a first, that's still amazing, y'all. That's still amazing, man. So moving on to the pros, y'all. The NFL Pro Bowl results came out this week, man. And, you know, a lot of people are talking about the snubs. So to me, I'm
going to jump because it's one person I know for sure Vertizi's definitely going to mention. Brose, I don't know, but I got 2 picks. So my third person is gone, but my 2, I'm going James Cook with the Bills, 981 rushing yards. He's literally like a couple from 1,000 rushing yards in this season. He's been pivotal for the Bills. The Bills are already in the playoffs. He's behind.
Hey, man, you know what we say, man. To add somebody, you got to take someone out. So which running back are you taking out to add James Cook?
Take mine as honorable mentions.
Okay, cool.
But these are the people I'm looking at. They didn't make it. They're literally behind. And then Daniel Hunter, 12 sacks. He's literally 2 behind Myles Garrett and Trey Henderson. He made the Pro Bowl last year, which he has more sacks this year than he had last year. I mean, and then his pass rush win rate is better. He's literally leading it right now. So I mean, those 2 guys I'm looking at. Overall, you got the main stats like, oh, such and such should have made it. These are literally like I looked at the stats. These 2 guys could have been in it. You know, it's a fan vote. Fans vote for this shit, but at the same time, when we're looking at stats, these are the guys. 2 guys I'm looking at. Hey, you forgot about.
Is there one player that made it that you're happy they made it?
Shit. Lamar. Lamar definitely should have made it.
Yeah, I don't really have no snubs. Only thing I was surprised about that Pat Mahomes didn't make it, but I don't really have any snubs right now. Because I tell you the truth, I didn't really look at it the snubs because the Pro Bowl. Who cares about the Pro Bowl? You know what I'm saying? It's all about the All Pro, and I think everybody that made All Pro deserved to make All Pro.
Yeah, man. As far as the running backs in the AFC, man, Derrick Henry made it. I feel like that was a no-brainer. Jonathan Taylor made it. I could see James Cook making it over him potentially, but Jonathan Taylor had a very good season, great season.
And it's like, how do you really want to take him out? And it's like, I'm like, fans got to vote for this.
I really can't put a running back in the Pro Bowl that didn't have 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And the other running back had 1,000 yards too. Joe Mixon.
And that's the thing. He's literally
Joe Mixon had a very good season too.
Your top 3, he's literally like 12, 10 yards behind 1,000. So it's like,
now he did lead the league in yards per carry, but yeah, to me that would be kind of hard. Now for me, my snubs was Pat Mahomes only because usually winning and being a big name gets you in the Pro Bowl. Granted, you had Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. If I had to take one out, I hate to say it, I'm taking Josh Allen out because statistically, he had worse numbers than all the other quarterbacks, as well as Pat Mahomes led his team to basically 15-1 at the moment. I want to say potentially they can go, 16-1? So, hey, man, I feel like that deserves Pro Bowl honors. Another Pro Bowl snub, Brian Thomas Jr. Man, this rookie class of receivers was amazing.
Yeah.
From Malik Neighbors, even though Marvin Harrison didn't do what we want him to do in fantasy, he still is going to have 1,000 yards receiving. He had a good season. Brian Thomas Jr. has 1,100 receiving yards. He has more touchdowns, except for Jamal Chase, than all the other receivers who made the Pro Bowl, from Jerry Jeudy,
They had 11. Jerry Judy had 4.
Yeah.
A lot of people had 4, but
Yeah, but he had like 11 touchdowns, and he only had 4 less catches. So Brian Thomas Jr. was amazing. Plus, if you do prize picks, Brian Thomas Jr. was hitting his shit. Lad McConkey, shout out to UG. I know we just got stumped by Notre Dame. Lad McConkey, and I know this is someone that Rose was telling me was going to be that deal. Lad McConkey showed his ass this season. He should have made it, because he basically had 1,000 yards too. He had, I think, more than 4 touchdowns. He was the number 1 receiver for a team that's going to make the playoffs in the Chargers. And my last one, I'm going to stay home. How did B.J. Robinson didn't make it?
He didn't make it?
He didn't make it.
That's crazy.
Now, I understand
Saquon.
But then he got more rushing yards than Josh Jacobs.
Okay, I understand Jacobs.
Yeah, and he got more rushing yards than, who was the other running back?
Gibbs.
He got more rushing yards than both of them. More rushing touchdowns than both of them. And if you just watch the games, B-John, outside of Saquon, has looked special.
I thought he made it. I didn't think nothing about it. I thought
he probably will make it, because one of those running backs probably made the Super Bowl, but still, B-John should have made it off of the vote itself, man. And this just shows you what it means to be in Atlanta. Because B-John Robinson, to me, is not just one of the best running backs in the league. He's a top 25 player in the league, man. Like, the plays he made this year, he deserved to be in the Pro Bowl, man. So, moving on to Week 18, there's a lot of teams resting. There's a lot of teams playing. I think the marquee game of the week is Vikings-Packers. Yeah. Everyone's going to talk about that game. The only sad part about this game to me is I feel like, Vikings, Lions. Vikings, Lions. I feel like the only sad part about this game is we should be talking about Jared Goff and Sam Darnold in the MVP conversation. Like, this game should go a long way in who is in the MVP conversation, who's potential to win the MVP, because Sam Darnold has had an amazing year. So has Jared Goff. Both their teams are 15-2. Whoever wins this game, their team will be 16-2. The number 1 seed in the whole NFC over teams like the 49ers, teams like the Packers, teams like the Eagles. Like, this game right here, I can't wait for this game. Now, with that being said, Falcons, y'all fucked up this year. Y'all paid a white boy who was coming off an ACL injury that turned 36 this year, $100 and something million, just to start a nigga that you drafted the 7th overall pick. I said it. Go back and listen to the episode after the draft. I said that was a mistake. It's shown as a mistake. We're not going to make the playoffs because the Bucs is not going to lose to the Saints. So this was a horrible season for us. Not because we didn't make the playoffs, because we didn't gain nothing from it. Like, had we let Michael Penix Jr. play the whole season, he could have had a whole season to develop, as well as we could have allocated that money to other positions. And we could have had maybe a higher draft pick, because with him being a rookie quarterback, we probably lost more games. And we could have potentially had a top 5, top 7, top 8 draft pick, and potentially been in the running to get someone like Travis Hunter or another player on defense that we could use. Lastly, hey, man, I'm done with the MVP conversation. Just give it to the white boy, man. Y'all done shown y'all want to give it to Josh Allen. Y'all try to use all these, oh, man, the record and all this other stuff. Man, I'm tired, man. I don't want to even argue for Lamar no more. It's obvious y'all don't want to see a black man who's an actual black man. No disrespect to Patrick Mahomes. Who's an actual nigga. Y'all don't want to see him become a 3-time MVP. Y'all don't want to see a nappy-headed brother who's dark-skinned, who talk like he's from the South, who's for the people, be a 3-time MVP. So make the excuses for Josh Allen, because guess what? When y'all be trying to make excuses, oh, Jalen Hurts got 15 rushing touchdowns, but it was the tush push. Man, they had a statistic that showed 7 out of Josh Allen's 14 rushing touchdowns was from the 1 yard line. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. But y'all still want to throw that in with total touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, who's a running quarterback, only got 4 rushing touchdowns.
He almost got 1,000 yards rushing too, though.
But he almost got 1,000 yards rushing.
And almost 4,000 yards passing.
When he plays this Saturday, as long as he throws, I think, 16 passing yards, which is a guarantee, he's going to be the first quarterback to ever have 4,000 passing yards and over 800 yards rushing. Like, at this point, I don't give a fuck no more. Fuck that MVP trophy. Lamar Jackson, if you hear this, you the in the what's Muhammad Ali? You the people's MVP, man. Josh Allen,
in the world,
shine your MVP up, have it. In the words of The Rock, shine that MVP up, put it sideways, and shut up your candy ass. Because we don't even care about that MVP trophy no more. Because we understand why you're the MVP, bro. You're the MVP because you white. You got the Gillette commercials, and it's always some shit when they want some white hope to save you white boys, bro. Now, I hate the fact that the best quarterback in the league is Pat Mahomes, who's a nigga. The second best quarterback is Lamar Jackson, who's a nigger. And the best young quarterback in the league is Jaden Daniels, who's what? He's a nigga. Y'all hate that shit, bro. So that's what this season told me, man. So fuck all y'all motherfuckers. Give Josh Allen an MVP. I don't want to argue the shit no more.
The mic has been dropped. What's next? TNT. Dynamite.
Damn, you just gonna skip me? All right.
Must-win
game.
Oh, I thought you
Must-win game. Must-win game for the Bengals. They're not gonna fucking win it. Guess who's back? Pickens is fucking back. Guess who's on defense?
Man, that nigga crash out.
Gunji. That's what they need. Fuck Joe Burrow. The fucking why he's on the fucking made the fucking Pro Bowl. Fuck Joe Burrow and all them fucking Jamar Chase and all these other. They're not gonna fucking win. They're on the bubble. They want to win this game, but they're not fucking doing it.
So who Bengals
Rose,
Steelers?
Rose, just because
the Bengals are playing.
The Bengals are gonna win that game.
Fuck you! What you talking about? Hell no.
The Bengals are gonna win.
We
that
back. Steelers terrible towel.
And it still make playoffs, right?
They're already in it.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying from a sense.
They still playing for the division.
Pickens
if the
is back.
Ravens lose to the Browns tomorrow and the Steelers win, then the Steelers win the division. Both them games are important. The Ravens play, the Steelers play. If the Ravens lose and the Steelers win the division.
No. I think the Steelers, the Ravens has already won the division.
No, they got to win to win the division.
But if the Steelers win and the Bengals,
They're both already in the playoffs.
And then the Ravens win. If they both win, then the Steelers don't have to play the Ravens. They have to play the Steelers.
That too. It changes who they got to play.
Yeah.
So it's a clinch. But they're already both teams, the Ravens and the Steelers, are both already in the playoffs.
Bengals made the playoffs.
Bengals are on the bubble.
They need help too.
They need the Dolphins to lose and they need the Broncos to lose against the Chiefs who's resting.
So it's like, hey, yeah, we're back. Steelers is back. Terrible towels coming out. We're back.
Hey, last time I checked, they never left because they ain't got to lose a season in how many years?
16.
Ever since Mike Tomlin stepped down there, they ain't never lost a season.
He's been there for a long time.
Hey, talking about a long fucking time moving on TNT, y'all.
Dynamite.
Jimmy Carter is the oldest ex-president to ever live. He made it to 100 years old. He passed away this week.
Red soil.
I got tears because this is the only president that was born on Georgia soil. As well as when you've done research on Jimmy Carter, a lot of people growing up, I remember being in school, people saying Jimmy Carter was the worst president ever. And it was a lot because of the economy. And as an adult, I'm gonna be real. I've said this during the presidential lecture between Kamala and Trump. Are we worried about the economy or are we worried about morals? And as an adult, I'm gonna be honest. I look at the president as a figurehead. I've never looked at the president as someone that controls the economy. That's just me personally. When we talk about morals, I don't think that there's a president that had a higher moral compass than Jimmy Carter. Because when he got inaugurated, his first thing he said was, we need to do something about the racial tension in this, and racial discrimination has to stop in this country. Remember, this is Jimmy Carter who grew up in Georgia, which is one of the more racist states in this country. And he became president of the United States. And his first thing was saying, we got to make life better for black people in this country, man. He was the governor of Georgia for a minute. And if you look at what Georgia did during his tenure as governor, we passed some of our more progressive laws for African Americans. Like, I don't think we give Jimmy Carter the credit he did, because we always talk about our black civil rights leaders like we should. But when you have white people that are willing to fight for a cause that does not benefit them, to make sure that African Americans, Hispanics, and other minorities can have the same American dream, I feel like Jimmy Carter, to me, deserves to be a top 10 president of all time, because he made sure that the American dream was more accessible, not just to white people, but to all people. And the things he did foreignly, he was one of the few presidents that kept us out of a war. You know, to say, you know what, we're not going to go to war with this country. We're not going to bicker with this country. Like, growing up, I heard about the Panama Canal, and people was mad about that. No, he said this belonged to these people. I'm just going to give it to them. I'm not going to make them pay $10 million for some shit that belonged to them. Why do we own some shit that's not on our land? Like, that's some things that I feel like we need to get back to is, man, let's just do what's the right thing. Let's not do what necessarily makes the most sense money-wise. Let's just do the right thing. And I hope and I pray during these 4 years that Trump is president, that he does things that make sense for the people, man. Not necessarily what makes the most business sense, because this is not a corporation. This is a country at the end of the day. And it's not employees living here. It is people.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter was one of those presidents. They said he was one term. So it literally goes to show you, like, they literally said, you will never be president again. He is also one of the, what was it, part of the gubernational and like the old school Democrats, like they came back. It was a change. It was different. He was so much different than what they previously had. Reagan, Nixon.
That's who followed him, right? Reagan. That's who followed him.
See what happens with the look at history. Nixon before that, and all these other motherfuckers. So it's like Jimmy Carter was different. His legacy is different, like completely. Like from Arafat, Palestine, to the shit that happened in Iran, to Grenada. I think was it Grenada around that time?
Yeah, Grenada.
Grenada, when they had the whole killings with the Coke. All this other shit happened. Like a lot of shit. Like those pivotal years. So like rest in peace to Jimmy Carter. He was probably one of the last great presidents that were like, no offense to Obama, you know, I fuck with Obama, but the last great president that was really like on some moral type thing, like morality. He was like the moral fiber of America was like, hey, this is what we represent. This is what we want to do. He might not have made the best strategic choices in the long run, but at the end of the day, like his legacy speaks for itself. One-term president, rest in peace, man. I think his wife died a couple years ago, but you know, rest in peace, man.
And shout out to all the people that's peanut farmers, man. He showed you, man, hey, you can grow up on a farm in Georgia and become the president of the United States.
Yeah, because if you're on a farm, I mean, you got paper. So, but didn't he also win the Nobel Peace Prize after he was the president?
He's one of 4 presidents, including Barack Obama, to win the Nobel Peace Prize, who was a president.
Yeah, so most people always say, like Verchie said, he was one, people recognize him as one of the worst presidents, but after he was president, people began to love him, and he was like one of the most beloved people in the United States. And I remember him saying way back when the possibility of a black president being a president, and like he said a white man would have to die first, and then it had to be a vice president, and it almost happened, but Biden bowed down because he was like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. And then Kamala had the chance, but if Biden would have stood the ground, then he could have died in the next 2 years, and then Kamala could have been president. But there's no way the American people is going to elect a black woman as president, because they didn't want to elect a white woman as president. You think they're going to elect a black woman as president? But it would have been so great for that to happen, and we were so close.
2025 would have been amazing.
We were so close. But it didn't happen. But yeah, man, I got tears.
Hey man, so Rose hinted at the beginning of the podcast, man. There was an attack in New Orleans right before the Sugar Bowl to the point where the Sugar Bowl got canceled. People lost their lives. A lot of people got injured. Detail what happened this week in New Orleans.
All right, so basically, there was a former Army veteran. He worked at HR and information security, so cybersecurity. He basically rented a Tesla from Houston, Texas, Tesla Cybertruck from Houston, Texas through the Turo app. That's the alternative. Correction. We'll get to that other part later, but it was a Ford F-150 Lightning, which is the electric version of the F-150. He rented this from Turo, which is a basically like it's equivalent to like the Airbnb of car rentals. It's basically the equivalent of that. But you ever seen a commercial Turo? He stored explosives in the apartment that he was renting in New Orleans. He basically plowed his car, drove around barriers. The cops had they had their cars in the street blocking traffic. He drove around, ended up injuring around 35 people. 14 people are confirmed dead. He also injured 2 cops when the shootout. So he basically plowed his car in, running people over, and then proceeded to get out the car and shoot at officers. And they ended up ultimately him losing his life. The really negative thing about this shit was the president-elect tweeted way too damn early saying, hey, this is immigrants' fault. Where are we drawing the line on what an immigrant is? He literally grew up in Texas, joined the Army, born and raised in Dallas, Texas area, joined the Army, is in the military, Army Reserves, Army active duty military, to the Army Reserves, to working for one of the big 4 companies, Deloitte, and he was also a real estate agent. This man has been married 3 times. Second marriage, so he's paying child support. Apparently, they're saying that he was, broke or whatever. He had explosives stored at the Airbnb that he was renting. So there is no confirmation that he had plans to blow that up. We can't confirm that, hey, he had plans to blow the apartment up. I think there's other reports that the place just happened to caught on fire and he stored extra explosives there. So there's that. And then he had explosives in the Tesla vehicle. So it's a weird situation with it, following the case of last week where we had an attack in Germany where somebody Christmas festival. There's a big festival there, Christmas season in Germany, but basically somebody killed about 28 people driving their car through the crowd, and this has been a trend in Europe for the last 3-4 years. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. It's a crazy situation happened around that basically canceled it had to postpone the Super Bowl, one of the biggest events. Around the same time, we're also going to plan on having the Super Bowl coming up. So I mean, it poses a lot of questions.
Yeah, man, I got tears, man, because we have a lot of attacks that happen in America, man. He ran his truck into a group of people. He then pulled out a gun, started firing on people, man. It's just sad because it gets to the point where people are not feeling safe to gather in public no more. Me and my friends, Juice Man, Rose at the table, we was in New Orleans a couple of years. Me and Rose talked about this privately. New Orleans is a fun city, man.
It is.
Bourbon Street is a fun street.
It is.
Like, to be honest, when I first heard this, and I don't want to go to soapbox, I thought about me and my friends because I could literally see me and my friends on Bourbon Street doing the Sugar Bowl. Like, I could see, because me and Rose are football fans. I could see me and Rose saying, hey, man, we got money this year. The Sugar Bowl is held in New Orleans. Let's go to the Sugar Bowl, but let's go to Bourbon Street and chill. Like, there's a strong potential that we potentially could have been there, man. And
You know the funny thing about that is it'll be the way our luck works when we travel. We just so happen that was the weekend we was there, and then we found out probably like Friday before we got. Oh yeah, Sugar Bowl gonna be in town. Bet let's ride. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it works when we go out of town a lot of times.
yeah, man. I mean, we was in Vegas and there was a fight that we didn't know about. So like, yeah, man, this was just sad because it's not. It makes you as American not feel safe to go to public functions, but it also kind of makes you. For us, for those who live in Augusta, it kind of does. And I say, joke with friends, man, I'm glad I live in Augusta, Georgia, man, because when you hear about stuff like this, it's always them big ass cities. Now, do stuff happen in cities like Augusta? Yeah, man. But them big ass cities, man, if you live in New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Miami, New Orleans, Houston, I feel sorry for you niggas, man. Vegas, because it seems like whenever there's terroristic threats, they always coming for them cities, man. So when you decide to find a place to move your family and live, be careful, man, because those are the cities that usually be the first cities in America to get targeted, man. Your thoughts, Rose?
Yeah, I said my thoughts at the beginning of the podcast. You want me to say them again?
Nah.
Nah, you good.
Side note. The attack in Vegas was, from initial thoughts, people will try to pin them together. They have absolutely nothing to do with each other. It's been confirmed.
That time of year.
It's that time of year. They happen to be yes. There's ties. Them haven't been at the same base, but they're completely different career fields. There's a lot of other shit. There's a shit you see in the media. I'll say this. Sum it up like this. There's a shit you see in the media, and there's the shit that the feds and the cops actually know. So you're only getting a picture of what the fuck is going on.
But you know, being in the army, one thing as being a leader, one thing I'm taught to talk down and help a lot of suicide victims. And this is the time of year. You got holidays is the busiest time for people doing the craziest stuff. So all holidays, so the first of the year, Halloween, because you gotta realize people don't lost their families, they don't lost loved ones, they hurting, and it's like, boom, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna hurt some more people, and that's how they think. But it's not right, and I'm just gonna held everybody in my prayers, and you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, man. So moving on to another murder, right? So a McDonald's worker shot and killed a DoorDasher after it seemed like an argument. C's, what's your thoughts on this situation?
It's crazy because it's literally two men on the hustle. One is working at McDonald's. You know, McDonald's is like one of them jobs. Like, you don't know. You could have somebody that has a PhD and this is his night job, flipping burgers.
You like that?
You know what I mean? And you got somebody that's straight off the streets is like, this the only thing, or I'm straight out of jail. This is the only thing I can do right now. You know, I'm flipping burgers. So you got, and then you got a guy that, what's the other hustle? DoorDash, Uber Eats. Basically got into an altercation and he point blank shot the dude and then tried to run away. So it's like, it's not the fact he ain't had shit on him. That means he had his heat packed up somewhere in the fucking restaurant. Whereas if I'm working with the nigga, I'm looking at you sideways anyway, because it's like, what type of shit you got going on? You need that here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one thing if you got it in the car, but it's a crazy situation. I hate to see, like, we hate to see our own kill our own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think it don't seem like they knew each other. But whatever perspired, it's negative. It's some bad shit. It's negative.
Man, I ain't got no tears, man. Y'all better stop arguing with these fast food workers, man. I learned when I watched the movie Jingle All the Way with Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Stop fucking with these motherfuckers. These niggas will go post them. These fast food workers are like post office workers. These fast food workers are tired of you cussing them out. They tired of you complaining about they getting your order fucked up. Some of these fast food workers be selling dope. What goddamn J. Cole said? The neighbors think I'm selling dope. Y'all like these fast food workers don't give a fuck. I know Rose has worked at Wendy's before. I worked in fast food. I think C's has worked in fast food. All of us worked in fast food. And we've all dealt with rude customers. And let me keep it real. We all have had coworkers who don't give a fuck. Let me keep it real with y'all. A lot of people say they don't give a fuck. But every once in a while, you meet a motherfucker in your life that truly don't give a fuck. They don't have shit to lose. What Gloria said, they would truly sit down and eat some jail food. So y'all better start fucking with these niggas at Popeyes, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. Nigga, if they fucked up your order, you might want to just say, fuck it, bro. This nigga might be having a bad day. Let me get in my car, go home, and eat my shit, bro. Because this nigga might say, oh, I'm a bitch ass nigga? Okay, I got your bitch ass nigga. And they might go to the car. And then you, next thing you know, you like, okay, I guess they're going to pull out a Happy Meal out their trunk. No, they pull out that heat, nigga.
That Happy Meal was hot.
And you're going to be in the hospital praying to God that you live, thinking to yourself, was that McChicken worth it?
The only thing I got to say rebuttal for that is he wasn't even the damn customer, bruh. So that shit is sad. You're not even the
He
customer.
technically was a customer. If
No.
He was trying to get his 5 stars. If you were DoorDash, you were an extension of the customer at that point. You were an extension of that nigga. You better be careful. And this is the worst part. What you just said is crazy. That means you got shot and killed over someone else's food.
Yeah. You in there arguing about somebody else's food. I'm good. You arguing about $10.
This shit ain't warm enough. They gonna want that money back. I can't do this shit.
You in there arguing about $10.
Like nigga, they want a 20-piece. You want to give me a 10-piece. Fuck you better pull out $5 and buy another 10-piece then, nigga.
Yeah, because
if you want that 5 stars.
Like, you literally a servant. Like so you was the house nigga that got killed because you talked back to master.
Exactly. Facts. Hey, facts. Facts. Better be careful out here. Hey, gotta be quicker than that.
You gotta be quicker than that. No tears. No tears.
Another incident is sad, man. You know, as somebody that works in this field, Robert Brooks, you know, was an inmate in New York City who got murdered by some CEOs. There was a video of him getting beaten to death, choked, and I think they shoved a knife stick. They tried to shove a knife stick down his throat in the video. I got tears because there's a lot of times in law enforcement, things can be complicated. A lot of times people don't know what happened behind the scenes. But I would say this. At some point in time, and I've said this before, I think I said this during the Memphis murder, when someone got murdered in Memphis by law enforcement. You have to realize we are doing too much. If it's 4 of y'all beating this man, one of you has to step back and say, hey, let's chill. This man should not have lost his life. Now, with that being said, what did he do for them to erase that? Man. What did they do? What did he do to erase their reaction? I'm going to keep it real. For those who don't understand, a lot of these inmates would spit on officers. They'll threaten officers. They'll throw feces and urine on officers. I've had plenty of coworkers who've been spit on, who've had feces thrown on them, who've had urine thrown on them, and I would keep it real. Sometimes you end up developing this long-term feud with an inmate to the point where you get a chance. It's almost like that scene in Training Day with Denzel when he shot that white man in his house, and he said, that was your friend. No, I got him. It took me 10 years. I got him. There are situations like that for people who are listening where there might be somebody where you might have waited 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years to finally get a situation to get the upper hand. That still does not warrant you beating a man to death. And I don't condone that, so I have tears.
I have tears because of the situation. An inmate died. This was supposed to be one of the premier facilities for upstate New York. They had apparently back in 2002, they had a great rehabilitation. What's the word for rehabilitation program for prisoners getting out of jail? One of the prisoners that had got his ass beat before Roberts was Adam Bowers, so a white man. So apparently they were beating everybody's ass, not just black people, but specifically they beat his ass so bad, somebody hit him with a clipboard. He still has the gash in his head to this day. That happened around 2020. There's currently a lawsuit going on for him to get a couple million. He basically almost died. The nurse kind of saved his life. There's ongoing lawsuits around the whole situation of that whole entire facility. The governor has to go around and add cameras. They're spending $40 million in cameras. 400 million dollars in cameras saying, hey, you need to wear these. It just goes to training. All these officers are making at least the minimum I saw was like $78,000, not including overtime. It's just a situation like we know what happens. You're a cop. It's just like any other job. You do things by the book. You don't do things by the book. When you're literally beating somebody to almost to the bloody pulp, it kind of gets crazy and where it starts getting to that gray areas. But basically, there's going to be a crackdown in New York. New York State as a state, New York City and New York State as a state is going through a lot of shit right now. This is going to be one of those things that do sweeping reforms. And there's going to be eyes on that, on those prisons. I mean, a lot of people had that misconception that the worst prisons in the United States are down south or out in California. So I mean, real crazy. Real crazy situation. But I got tears, for a man who died. But yeah, tears, man.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the last TNT of the night. So this one's kind of crazy. So there was a stepdad who basically was married to a woman for 2 years, dated him for 5 years, right? See, he's 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
No. Together for 5 years, married for 2.
Yeah, dated for 5 years, married for 2. And the woman had a daughter, I guess was 12, 13 when they first got together. She's 18, 19 now. And he basically told the woman, hey, your daughter cannot live here no more. She said, why? Well, she be dressing very promiscuous, half naked. And the woman said, hey, man, the woman was telling the fans, people listening, my daughter looks like me, she's built like me, they're identical. And he told the woman, hey, I know what I like, and I feel like I'm not going to control myself when your daughter's just around the house looking the way she's looking. I don't have no tears, man, because I understand where the man's coming from. I feel like it is hard for any individual who has not grown up with a child. I feel like 5 years is not enough. I feel like you need at least 10 years with an individual to get to the point where you do not look at them as your child. Like if you raised a girl or a boy, and it's for men and women, for 10 years, I feel like that is so long, you might get to the point where you don't even view them, like you view them as an extension of yourself. You view them as, this is my biological child, even though they're not yours. But I feel like 3 to 5 years is not long enough for you to see a grown-ass woman walk around the house butt-ass naked, underwear and a t-shirt, or just bra and panties, half naked, built, and for you not to have no sexual thought. And for the same thing for women. Like if you with a man and they got a son that's walking around with just boxers and no shirt on, I feel like it's hard for a woman not to look at a 18, 19-year-old boy who's coming into his man body in a non-sexual way. But with that being said, you can have thoughts, but you can't act on it. And if you really do love the spouse you with, then you can't act on, just because this person walking around half naked, man, what I'm going to do or whatever, man. So this was a crazy situation, but at the end of the day, I have no tears. This is why I always say I feel like it's hard to be a step parent because you have to take the role of a parent of a child that's not biologically yours, and it puts you in a promiscuous situation.
All right. So it's 2025. I am trying to self-censor a little bit more and what I say as far as cuss words and other things. Fuck all that. You motherfuckers are no better than fucking animals. You might as well live in the fucking woods and in the fucking field if you can't control yourself around someone you raised. This shit is sick. This is some Woody Allen shit. This is some fucking like it doesn't matter. Like from the standpoint of, hey, you literally saw this person as a young adult and saw them grow up, you married their mother, you should not, even if you have a thought, it's like, damn, she look like a mama. She thick. She built like a mama. You know this girl since she was a fucking little girl. She was 13 or whatever. You seen her grow 5 years. You married a mama. That's basically your damn stepdaughter. Even if you don't have a relationship like that, it's like, all right, if she's around the house dressing, it's like, yo, put some fucking clothes on. I don't want to see that shit. Me, like I would think of all the type of situations, like you think of all the situations like you got homegirls or family members that don't wear a lot of clothes. Like you're not thinking about them like that. Like cousins and people that are not related to you by blood. You never act on that shit. And it's some sick shit to even have the thought of it. Just I'm like people are that fucking, y'all that fucking horny and that fucking like that low of a fucking person. You ain't got no galls to the shit and say like, hey, this is basically my stepdaughter or my daughter. I can't look at her like this. This is my niece or this is my niece by marriage. You ain't got no fucking thoughts towards that shit. And I understand it. So a man is a man. You gonna look like you can see some shit. It's just like if you got a best friend and you know she walking around or a homegirl, she walking around in a little bit of clothes. Like you can think whatever you think, but like the thought of it's just like, okay, if it's that serious, just get her to move the fuck out the house. But I just think like we've gone so far. Motherfuckers don't have dick discipline no more. Motherfuckers just don't like you just can't cross the line. You can't just think some shit. You know what I mean? Like damn, that's crazy. But nah, I couldn't do it. Right. Me, I could not fucking do it.
Hey, Juice, man, your thoughts, man, because I know you have a stepdaughter, man.
Yeah, I do, and it goes entirely with this, but also at the other point, I've been in the trenches, and I ain't talking the military. So I guess I'm talking about my I guess I talk about the family first. The family, you know, I have daughters, I have little girls, so that shit's disgusting. But what's worse than that is once they say once you have a little girl, you learn how to love, and I felt that. You know what I'm saying? When I had my daughter, my eyes opened up. I had new perspective on women, and it was like, okay, boom. What type of man would I want? I want to be the type of man I want my daughter with. You know, so saying that they're all rules. So if my daughter breaks the rules, I can't really hold her accountable for what happens when she breaks the rules. She gets. I've been telling her, I put it up on game. There's certain stuff you can and you can't do. And if you break the rules and something terrible happens to you, it's like, damn, I wish that wouldn't have happened, but you've been warned. And then when it comes to the trenches, it's been plenty of times I done been in the hood, the projects, the ghetto, and I might go see a chick, and it's a house full of naked women. And then when I mean women, it's also naked girls, little girls sleeping like the women are sleeping. So everybody's in the house naked. It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the house butt ass naked. And you gotta think, okay, ain't no AC in the house. All they got is fans. So, you know what I'm saying? But like you say, you gotta have some type of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have that discipline. Some like you say, some dudes, some men, they do think what they did. They don't think what they had. They're not logical thinkers. They thinking emotionally, and that's not good. Because when you think emotionally, that's when you make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When you thinking logically, you're not looking at no little girl or no pre-teen or no teenager thinking sexual thoughts. It's like,
and it's just like the relationship. It's just like, yo, if this was your sister-in-law, would you do the same thing?
Some people don't have no empathy like that.
Yes, if you will, you're just a foul you're just a foul motherfucker. This is just like something you want to like. I can empathize with all sides of the story, but it just comes to a certain point where it's like, yo, we're so far fucking removed from just boundaries and just the self fucking discussion of like, hey, who is this person to me? I'm not just trying to get my rocks off.
Yeah, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if they related to you or anything. It's a little girl. You're a grown man.
I mean, no, at this point she's legal, but it's like you saw her grow up. Why would you even want to? Who did it? Donald Glover? Not Donald Glover. Danny Glover did that shit, I think.
I'm not sure.
Danny Glover did some shit like that.
Wrong thing. I don't know.
His stepdaughter, Woody Allen. Like
Woody Allen,
this is some sick shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole situation. To me, this shit is sick, man.
So what's my other one that did the same shit? I wish you wouldn't trust me so much. Bobby Womack, he did that.
Oh
shit
yeah. Bobby Womack. That nigga did some dirt.
So here's my question though. So how long do you have to be in a child's life for you not to view them as an adult?
Huh? What?
For me?
Repeat the question. Repeat the question one more time.
So you meet a woman.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you have to be in the child's life? Like she got a child. For you not to view them as an adult. So like let's say for example.
Not to view them as adult. I don't get
so okay, so let's say you marry a woman and she got a 15-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You've only been with the woman for 3 years. The girl's 18 now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that long enough for you to create a bond where you don't view them as an 18-year-old girl on the street?
Bruh, soon, okay, it's like, okay, all right, as soon as you meet this chick, I'm talking about as soon as you meet this chick, and you're involved with this chick, the child is a child. That will always be a fucking child.
Okay, so if I start fucking with a bitch that's 40, and she got a 25-year-old daughter.
Okay, she got a 25-year-old daughter. Okay, so you started fucking with a bitch that was 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so as soon as I start fucking with the bitch,
mm-hmm.
Even though the child's 25, that's a child to me.
That's what with the relationship. The relationship you fucking up. You're a foul individual for even going that route. Yes, it's another grown ass individual.
I'm not saying you're not foul. I'm saying
it's another grown ass individual.
As a human being,
no.
When can you not view this person as an adult?
I would say 18, but it's like if you saw it's sicker, it makes it more sinister when you seen the person grow up. Okay, it makes it more sinister.
You got a stepdaughter. When you met your stepdaughter, how old was she?
She was probably 12, 11 or 12.
Okay, cool. So to me, she was just young enough for you to still view her as a child. To the point when she became an adult, you still kind of view her as a child, as an adult. Like
I look at her as an adult when she turned 18. Matter of fact,
but
when
you
she started driving.
But you don't look at her sexually because you still remember that 12-year-old.
No, that got nothing to do with nothing.
So if you would have met her when she was 18, fully developed, you would have been able to look at her as a child.
She's 18, nigga. How old was I? Bruh, no, it's like, bro, you got, okay. Now, okay. Now, have you, okay. Are we going, okay. I don't know, okay.
Now, I'm asking a simple question, like, because a lot of men date 18-year-old women. A lot of men date 20-year-old women. So I'm just saying, you meet a woman, she got a child, the child is 18. So what? I'm saying, you're supposed to view this 18-year-old as a child?
No. This is what I'm saying. I'm 45 now. So the youngest I would date is 28.
Okay, fair enough.
You see what I'm saying?
So when you see a 20-year-old woman, you don't view her sexually.
A 20-year-old?
A 21-year-old woman.
She's still a child.
So if a 20 woman's in a club and she's half naked, you don't view them sexually.
She's still a child. Is she
in the club at 20? So you're disgusted by that?
No, I'm just saying she's in the club at 20.
Yeah. Because they be playing a 20-year-old in the club.
So she got fake ID.
It could be a club.
He got a point.
It could be a club where they don't sell alcohol.
Huh?
It could be a club where they don't sell alcohol.
She got a fake ID. She got a fake ID.
Okay, she got a fake ID. She got a fake ID. She in the club.
She got a fake ID. She's in the club. She's 20 years old. And what's going on?
You just in the club and you walk by a 20-year-old woman.
Exactly. I walk
by. And you don't view her sexually because she's 20. Like she tells you I'm 20. and you saw her popping ass on that, and you're like, oh, you 20,
You know,
I'm immediately not interested because you sexually.
it's like you back. You know when to back off. She's like, yo, oh,
How she dressing? Like, see, that's what I'm saying.
She got a short
She
dress with
dressed
an
like a
ass
hoe.
out and a shirt with her titties
Ass
out.
out, titties out,
And
she twerking.
you find out she's 20.
She walk up to you, she said, "Hey, Poppy, hey, Poppy, what's good?"
Hold up, check it out. This is dynamics though. This is a chick you don't know versus someone you actually know and have a relationship with. You're with the girl's mama, and have a relationship, and you know her intimately. It's sick for you to even have that fucking view of them automatically, like from the day that you said, I'm gonna be in a committed relationship with you and your kids.
So that's what makes it sick, is the fact that you dated your mom.
Yes,
No,
it adds to
okay,
it.
Okay, don't get
It
me
makes
wrong.
it sick
Don't
because
get me wrong.
the range of the intimacy makes it fucking sicker. Makes it sicker.
So if you met the girl on her own without the mama, it's not sick.
Nah, because I mean, we grown ass people.
Oh,
if you meet a fucking 20-year-old right now and she tells you she's 26, and then later on you find out, hey, but guess what? You're not tied to the chick. You just met her.
Because naturally, women like older men. So who's to say this 18-year-old is not walking around the house promiscuously,
proximity,
trying to get you to get out of character?
Proximity is always gonna matter.
I see what he's saying now.
Proximity is always gonna matter.
So she leaving her room in her underwear with no bra on, with a t-shirt on.
Why you just don't say,
in
hey,
over
yo,
in front of you, trying to get you out of pocket?
Put some fucking clothes on, yo. And if not, you go to the mom and tell her.
That's what you do. I feel like.
But then you go to the mom, and the mom be like, "Why is you even looking at her? This is her house. Why she have to put clothes on her own house?"
Because I said that shit off at the beginning. Like, I know, shit. Well, my experiences with that, like, I was always like, okay, like growing up, I never see my mom naked. I never see my father naked.
Cool.
So the younger women, the women our age and younger, they'll walk around the house naked.
Hey, have you heard about this group on TikTok called Naked Moms Group? Where it's a group of women that talk about how they grew up in a household where their mom was always naked.
I've seen shit like that, and then there was like the nudist groups. But I mean, like, all right, it's different.
When I say naked, I don't mean they just booty butt naked. I mean they just was always in underwear. They just wasn't wearing clothes.
Topless or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, like that's like, I'll say for the brown community and in certain white communities, you used to places where women wear a little bit of clothes.
No, yeah.
But you're never looking at them like that. It's just like, yo, that's such and such. It's like, it's nothing. But if you company come over, they know to put something on. So it's like, you're not looking at them
you
like
talk about last night sees, like your sister walks around her house, however. That's her house. I come over, we chill in the living room. Your sister decides to walk around the living room the same way she walks around when I'm not there. So I'm a grown ass man. I'm not supposed to look.
You can look, but nigga, it's lines drawn. Like if you sit there and say, oh, like, damn, she got some big ass titties. Am I wrong for popping you in the fucking face? Am I wrong?
Why you popping my face? Why you not pulling your sister aside and say, hey,
oh,
you know my home.
Yo, she getting it too. Both y'all. Both motherfuckers getting it.
Why you walking around?
Both motherfuckers getting it. But I'm still gonna pop you in the fucking face. You can think it. You said it out loud. It's like, well, that, like, huh? You gonna say this shit out loud?
And that's my question. My question is, when does the responsibility become on the 18-year-old girl and the mama to have a conversation?
It's on both, but it's
this
like,
is a man in the house.
Check it.
This is a man in the house. It's not your biological father. He's not raised you since you was 5 years old. He's only recently been in your life. You, girl, like, and I'm just talking as a woman, a black woman, girl, you got titties.
What if she wore?
Why is you walking around this motherfucking living room in a thong?
What if she?
Why is you walking around this living room butt ass naked, but you got a big t-shirt on? Like, you got no underwear on, no bra on, but you got a big t-shirt on, and you bending over picking up shit because you dropping shit. Like, girl, you need to go in your room and put some clothes on because I got a grown ass man in this motherfucking house right now.
And then what's the what if she wore a big ass skirt? Basically Mennonites type shit, Quaker Mennonite type shit. There are some sick ass individuals that would still be like, yo, ankles. I know she got some shit underneath her because she built like her mama, or she wear her job, down to the floor. People are still gonna be like, yeah, she stacked underneath that shit. So
See, okay.
it's
Okay,
that's why I'm like
this why I'm
proximity.
like, okay, the stuff. Okay, that thing. Okay, for instance, I don't know what we talking about. Okay,
It's literally like, bruh, your stepdaughter. Like I'm on the stance of this. Like Bert's on the stance of he can see why it's a problem, but at the same time you got to realize this is a grown ass individual now. I'm on the stance of just because of proximity of the relationship, you shouldn't even be having them thoughts. This is like you got to nip it in the bud. It's like, hey,
there shouldn't be no issues if you got with the mom
that's your child.
and you was in a serious relationship.
It's technically your child.
Yeah, it's technically, I guess what you're saying, technically your child, but you shouldn't be lusting or even sexually attracted to the child.
It's just like, yo, you know what I mean?
So you just seen your stepdaughter walking around butt ass naked. That shit.
I never seen my stepdaughter.
Yo, put some
I'm
fucking clothes
saying
on.
that happens. So you telling me you shouldn't sexually be attracted to that?
I never seen it.
I'm saying if you do. I'm saying if you do. I'm not saying you have. I'm saying if you do. If she was to walk her in the living room wearing like some underwear, booty shorts, ass out,
no bra,
no bra
tank top,
on,
no bra.
tank top on. Oh, I'm supposed to be strong enough to not even be sexually attracted.
Nah, it's like, yo, put some fucking clothes on.
Hey, I'm asking.
What's wrong with you?
I'm asking as a 33-year-old man that does not have no kids, that is not raising no step kids right now. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Yo, put some fucking clothes on. What's wrong with
Like
you?
you said, like you said, I've been in the trenches. Okay, so that being said, if I met, let's say one night I go out to the club, right? Let's say I go to a grown club, right? Now I can't do it now, but let's say if I ever went to a grown club and I met a 43-year-old woman and a 25-year-old daughter, and they was like, we want to have a threesome. Yeah, been there, done that. You see what I'm saying? And let's say I might go to the club, I might see some twin sisters. Been there, done that. You know what I'm saying?
But we talking about somebody that's been your stepdaughter though.
No, that's not. That's a no-go.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
That's a fucking no-go. But like first meeting, like these some freaks. I just meet them. Oh, y'all trying to freak out? Boom, boom. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They might play it off like, oh, this is my sister. Or, you know what I'm saying? We sisters or whatever. And then you find out later, after you smash them a couple times, oh, it's mother and daughter. Oh, like I say, been there, done that. But they straight up told the nigga off top, yo.
Hey,
you know
y'all.
what I'm saying? That's different. But if you dating the moms, you shouldn't be lusting after the daughter. No, that's a no-go.
Hey, I don't know what's wrong with these family dynamics. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas that act like hoes. What's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
What's wrong with them?
So there was this man who basically told this elaborate story about how he got shot multiple times by his ex. His ex made bond, and now he fears for not just his life, his mom's life, his dad's life, his nieces and nephews. He fears for his entire family's life because his ex is out on bond. C's, what's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with this? The first official What's Wrong with These Hoes 2025. And guess what? We turning up the heat on you hoes. Alexis Pinto lured her boyfriend out to a field. Shot this dude with a full magazine. Tries to basically attempts to unalive her boyfriend. States that, hey, it wasn't supposed to go like this. I shot you in the wrong areas. It was supposed to be quick. She's admitting that she was trying to off him over some BS about a customer dropping a car off and him fixing it. She basically lowered him on some like, hey, this is our anniversary spot. This is where we have a lot of intimate moments. And she's pulling him out there. So she just basically pulls him to the spot, pulls off the highway and takes off running. He's chasing her like, yo, hey, shorty, where you going? I'm following you. Like, takes him out to a field and then proceeds to attempt to unalive this nigga. So I'm like, yo, she should be in jail. This should be attempted premeditated first degree murder because he had a fucking plan, and then you're a judge. You're fucked up for lowering the fucking bond for her to be able to afford this shit for getting out. If you're tired of somebody and you don't like their shit, just fucking leave. Stop dealing with a motherfucker. I understand that you're hurt. I understand that you put a lot of time and energy into a person. You ain't gotta unalive them. You ain't gotta shoot them. You ain't gotta cut a piece of nothing off of them. You ain't gotta insert nothing. I don't like the way that sounded, but you ain't gotta do nothing to nobody to physically harm them. Just leave. Just deal with them something else, or let them know, like, hey, this is a fucking issue. And apparently, she must have some ill na for him to even go with it. Because there's signs, a bitch is toxic. She one of them fucking Mexican. She one of them Mexican chicks, Latoxica. She one of them Latoxicas, like Mexican toxic bitches. She one of them putas. So he already knew, man. Like there was signs that he knew his girl was crazy. That bitch was locas. That bitch was puta loca. So he knew. Crazy story. I hope he gets in a situation where he's safe from this crazy ass woman, and I hope he picks better in the future,
Man, I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, y'all, man. Like, first of all, nigga, you sound like a hoe. So, you got in the car with the bitch after she accused you of cheating. You drove out to the woods. She ran. You followed her. Like, the whole story just sounds like, no, nigga, you surprised that she pulled a gun out? Like, fellas, first of all, when you dating a bitch for a long time, you should have an idea of how crazy your bitch is. You should have an idea of, is she just crazy enough to call the cops? Is she crazy enough to hit me? Is she crazy enough to throw some shit at me, pull a knife on me, or shoot me? And if you don't know if your bitch is crazy enough to shoot you, that means you ain't been doing your job as a man, dog. You ain't been keeping track of your bitch crazy meter. Every bitch got a crazy thermometer. And if you ain't paying attention, then you is fucked up as a nigga. Because you supposed to know, oh, nah, bro, I can't do this. Why? Because my bitch is crazy. Why? Because that bitch will come pull up here and she will kill me and my side bitch. Versus, oh, man, my bitch gonna take half my shit. Secondly, man, y'all hoes gotta chill, man. Y'all hoes, man, I heard this one story, man, from a girl I'm talking to, man, about a bitch who was married to a nigga. She pulled up to a nigga crib that she's fucking with. And she was basically thinking the nigga was cheating. Maybe the nigga was cheating, I don't know. But she's married to the nigga. I think it was married. So her husband, she pulled up to their house. She waited till the nigga out of the shower, pulled a gun out, and basically said, you want one in your top head or your lower head? Like, yo, you hoes gotta stop. You cannot be ready to go to fucking prison over some dick. Like, the dick cannot be that good. Y'all hoes be getting dickmatized. I really be want to know what kind of dick these niggas be giving y'all, bruh. To dickmatize you to the point where you willing to kill a nigga and spend 25 to life in a cell. Like, yo, this whole story was crazy, man. But the biggest hole in the whole story to me is the man, bruh. Because why did you even go through the whole ordeal of even allowing the bitch to drag you in the woods? And lastly, you sound like the whole time that you scared of the bitch. Nigga, you supposed to go buy a gun. You supposed to be at home. And that bitch pull up. You supposed to be ready to blow that bitch fucking brains out.
Well, maybe it wasn't raised to hit women.
Man, nigga.
But I love her. I couldn't do that.
No. So you know, got some dudes got in their head a woman can't do nothing. They get fucking mollywopped. Nah, there's a line they can cross. And then some women think, oh, I can do anything to a man and he'll never touch me. No, bitch. It's lines you just can't cross. It's shit you just can't do. When you start acting like a man, bitch, I'm sorry to tell you, hey, you get treated like a fucking man. And the law is now coming entwined with that. So if a bitch cross the line, the law gonna treat her like a nigga. Straight up.
Yeah, man, that definitely is crazy, man. It's wild because you do have some of these niggas that have been raised not to put their hands on women, not to threaten women. But at the end of the day, though, man, be a man and defend your fucking self, man, because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna let no woman shoot me in my hand, my stomach, my chest, and then keep telling me over and over I wasn't supposed to. I didn't mean to do that.
I love you.
It was supposed to happen quicker, man.
I love you,
nigga. This whole
Why
story.
you make me doing this to you?
This sound like a lifetime ass story, man.
You already know it's a Lifetime movie.
So moving on to the final topic of the night, man. So we basically wrapped up 2024, y'all, last week. We told y'all, you know, our top music picks, our top movie picks, you know, the best sports moments of the year. This tonight, we're going to tell you what are the top 5 things that we don't want to see in 2025.
It's 2025, and guess what? What did it say? I'm still alive. Yeah, my shit. A lot of my shit is superficial. I'm just be honest. I'm tired of you niggas simping, man. You know, coming from a pimp. I'm not saying I'm a pimp. But that's who we learned the game from. We learned from real men. You know, people who did some real things.
Women put you on some game too now.
And then that's the thing. That's the other thing. A lot of homegirls, a lot of family members, aunties, and grandmas put you on game. They let you know what's up. So I'm tired of seeing people simp. If you simping, don't let nobody know. Cause if we come for you in the comments and the counters, like we got you, man. Fake ass media. I'm tired of you fucking internet motherfuckers on social media and all these other fucking bullshit ass accounts. Sky News, fucking Fox, CNN. I'm tired of this fake ass media. I want real fucking stories, real fucking journalists. Let somebody tell the actual fucking truth. So I'm tired of that bullshit. Whether it's Twitter's like the last. Twitter before it became X.com was like the last fucking like real social media unaffected by the bullshit. Then they started monetizing and censoring bullshit. So if you say, "Oh, X is open, you can do whatever," man, that shit basically became a damn
OnlyFans for free.
OnlyFans explicit website. That's what that shit's come down to. I'm also tired of fake ass pranks of people going up in fucking Walmart and Target and malls and doing fake ass pranks. Like, yes, I realize you can't do pranks on real people because you might actually end up getting hurt. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, chill with the fucking fake ass pranks. Like, especially like the gold digger shit. I hate them gold digger ass videos where it's like a dude at the gas station and he's talking to the girl and the girl comes out and it's like, hey, this is your car and blah, 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 blah. I hate that shit.
Real.
Nah, that should be fake. A lot of these motherfuckers be out here with fake ass shit. They know the chick. So they're fake ass shit. People trying to stunt, man. Like these buy my course. Basically. Any industry, whether it's crypto, whether it's IT, whether it's real estate, hey, I got this great game plan. Buy my course. But if you'll get the game if you buy my course. And the course is it's nothing but a money pit. You pay $100 for some bullshit. There's a few far in between, especially you grifters in the IT world. There's a few that are on game that actually will consult you and get you some legitimate results.
That's money. And then that's still a scam.
And that's a scam in itself.
It's like, okay, I'll be your life coach. I thought about doing that, but it's like I wasn't gonna be scamming. But like, yeah, you call me and you give me $500 an hour. Yeah, I tell you some shit to make your life better. But at the same time,
you ain't got no tangible.
You don't know if that shit gonna work or fail.
Fucking results. It's like, oh, is it a job or is it something? Is it actual fucking tangible training? And my last thing for you hoes Yes. Hey, we were talking about your aunties and your sisters and your cousins, female cousins that be putting you on. You fucking, I ain't even gonna say hoes. You women that like to wear these baby hairs to your fucking eyebrows. Get your shit together. We're past, like, niggas know you got a fucking lace front. Niggas know you got whatever fucking full on lace wigs and Remy and all this other shit. Like, nigga, we on game. Niggas know. Like, I got.
Don't know. If niggas don't have a sister, they ain't have a woman put them on the game. They don't.
Well, shit, I'm a nigga that got a sister. I got aunties. I got homegirls, and I got female cousins. Put you on game real quick, bitch. I said you right real quick. Stop with the fucking fake ass baby hairs to your fucking eyebrows. That's another thing. That's me being superficial, me being petty. But, you know, and then also, your hoes ain't got no ass. Stop wearing your ass out.
I don't mind.
I mean, it's certain settings. Like, it's like if you got a boxy ass and I don't know, wear shit that's proportional to you.
Exactly, because I like slim thick. Slim thick is still cool.
It's cool. Wear shit.
I like slim thick.
In 2025, start wearing shit that's proportional to your body. You got big ass titties, wear something that is such a way to stay. If you got a big ass, wear that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like get your shit together, women. We know we don't. There are some of us that are on game that know what the fuck you doing. I'm not gonna knock you for it. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you ask me about it, a nigga knows.
Juice Man, you got any things?
One thing I don't like, I've been saying this for the last 2, maybe 3 years. I don't like how all the chicks are trying to be whores.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
I don't like that. That's what they call it. That's false advertisement. I'm tired of a false advertisement. I'm tired of a chick half her ass out, half her titties out, and you see her, you like, "Babe, what's up?" And she talking about, "Oh, I'm married, 4 kids, I don't do nothing." Huh? What? Come again? Versus 4 or 5 years ago, you see a chick like that. Oh yeah, it's going to be $400. It's going to be $500. It's going to be $150. It's going to be $220. It's going to be $20. It's going to be $50. Like a bitch will give you the number. Hey, babe, what's going on with you? Oh, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Off top, like if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck. You know what I'm saying? So if I wear a cop's uniform, I'm walking down the damn street, and somebody stop me like, officer, I need your help. And I'd be like, man, I ain't no damn cop.
I'm just wearing this uniform because it look cool.
Yeah, this shit just look good on me. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop with that bullshit. I don't know. Things of 2025 that get stopped. It's so much Trump. Nah, man. You know, I didn't make my list, so I'm gonna pass it to Verteezy. Verteezy, what you got, man?
Hey, Rose, what you got?
Okay, we got on here cooning. All y'all coons, let's leave that in 2024. Let's not bring that in 2025.
We all had dreams, bro. We had dreams.
Yeah.
That shit been going on since day one, so you know it ain't gonna stop in 2025.
Clarence Thomas since 1992.
That shit ain't never gonna stop.
You see that bullshit ass movie?
Okay. And this in 2025, let's stop supporting people that and then there's not let's stop supporting not supporting people that and then they're not supporting you. You know what I'm saying? You supporting somebody and they ain't supporting you. Yeah, we stopping that too. People coming to events empty-handed. Let's leave that in 2025. You going to an event, make sure you bring something.
When we say BYOB, that means bring a down bottle.
Yeah. Wasting money on things or going places just to be seen. You know what I'm saying? This wasting money. They're like, let's stop all that. Like if we can do something, we'll save some money. Let's save some money. You know what I'm saying?
I think that adds on to we in the same frame space where I said I don't want to stop seeing people stunt just to stunt.
Yeah.
Like, stop acting like you got stuff just to be seen. So I mean, to me, it kind of goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. And I'm tired of people begging online. You can be a hoe, a nigga, or whatever. Like tired of seeing people begging online.
Nah, don't say
I don't
that.
think that's gonna stop because that's the new.
Don't say
It's
that.
not new. It's like 2-3 years old, but that's not gonna stop.
Don't say that because
that's a new birth thing that's gonna keep on going.
don't say that because we was about to start a Patreon. I seen other people do it and they got a following. So I was like, maybe we should start doing a Patreon so we get uncut, or maybe we should do a cash app. I don't know. I'm joking, but
yeah,
you get the point, man.
Yeah, man.
Go fund me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. As far as me, man, number one, we gotta stop trying to remake classics.
That's never gonna stop. Why y'all with these dreams? You got these dreams.
Movies that was already blockbuster movies that was already made successfully the first time, correctly the first time. Stop remaking them. If anything, movies that flopped, try to remake those movies. But like a movie that was already done perfectly the first time, we don't need another Harlem Nights. What we need you to do...
You can't even recreate that shit, man.
What we need you to do is movies that flopped, that had a good premise, that the idea of the movie was good, but the movie was executed poorly. Yes, remake those fucking movies. And
can I get an example of one?
Of a movie that had a good premise, but it was bad. John, that Disney movie, that John, it's like a sci-fi movie.
Oh, you talking about the shit with the green aliens?
Yeah, that
John, the nigga, like, okay, so he was basically he was a human and there were green aliens and he had super strength and he escaped from it. I'm gonna find it. Give me a couple. Keep talking. I'm gonna find it.
But movies like that, a movie like that, remake a movie like that. 13 Going on 30 with Jennifer Gardner. That's a movie you can remake that had a good premise. But
I thought they already did it. I thought they already remade it a few times. It was just
they always bad. Like movies that
John Carter.
Yeah, John Carter. A movie like that,
it wasn't that fucking bad to me.
Nah, that shit did not do what we thought it was gonna do when it came out.
But it wasn't that bad, compared.
So movies like that, yes, remake those movies. But these other movies, man, like how people was talking about at one point in time, remaking Pirates of the Caribbean or Rush Hour. Nah, you gotta remake those movies, man. Those movies was classics. Just leave the movies alone. Let them be classics. Song sampling. Man, stop sampling these classic songs if you're not gonna make a classic song.
Bruh, that's never
when Ice Cube sampled Between the Sheets by Isley Brothers, he turned that into a classic song. But some of y'all niggas would take some of these classic songs, C's.
I was gonna say, basically, a lot of these people, before you get to your point, I don't mean to cut you off, but a lot of people making samples of fucking samples. How do you remake a fucking remake? Coily Ray, it was right, but you made a remake of a fucking remake. Yeah. So if you ain't gonna do the original song fucking justice, you shouldn't be doing the bullshit.
Hey, like I said, y'all three big time.
But yeah, songs that are already classics, man, if you're going to sample the song, cool. But make sure that you finna make another classic, bro. Like, I don't want to see no one sample Thriller in 2025.
Hell no.
And it's a bullshit fucking song. No, if you want to sample Thriller, it needs to be a high-level quality song. These 20 versus 1s. It was cool when y'all first started them. But now it's to the point where it just seems cheesy. It seems overly dramatic. It seems overly fake. It just seems like satire, man. Now, when they first dropped, it was like, okay, cool. It was almost like reality TV. Okay, cool. This seems like a new wave of some shit. But now it just seems like motherfuckers just be doing shit. Plus, I don't want to see no 20 versus 1 with one bitch or one nigger that did 5 20 versus 1.
Yes! Okay. Yes, you preaching, nigga. You preaching.
Hold up, bruh. So you couldn't find somebody in the first 20 versus 1 Now we're doing another one. You still can't find nobody. It's almost like we're doing 3 seasons of Flavor of Love or 2 seasons of I Love New York.
So he do the 20 versus 1, take out on a date. I don't like this bitch.
Next one.
You done. You try to find love, you fail. Let's find somebody else. But you cannot do a 20 versus 1 again.
But it got so bad that they started adding niggas like Woody and Orlando Brown and all these and
exactly
Charleston White and Boozy.
Woody did one by himself. Then Woody did one with Charleston White. Then Woody did one with Orlando Brown. Then Woody did one with that nigga that looked retarded. That's supposed to be a bitch. That's gay. Samar. Like, come on, bro. Woody did 4 20 versus 1s in the last 2-3 months, bro.
What the fuck is this thing?
Like, why is Woody doing that many 20 versus 1s, bro?
He don't deserve it.
Next, all the fake outrage, man. People getting mad because people misnaming shit. So, okay, cool. It's supposed to be, I'm a beautician. I call you a hairstylist. You mad because I ain't use the word beautician. You know, hey, man, all this fake outrage got to stop.
It's the same with the LGBT community, too.
You know, all this fake outrage got to stop. We got to stop being mad because niggas is, because you upset because somebody used the proper pronoun or the proper name to name your title, man. Now, if someone purposely disrespecting you or disrespecting something you name, cool. But some of this stuff just be completely by accident. Like, nigga, I didn't know early this year that niggas who have locks prefer the term locks over dreads. Then I went and did a 2-month research and found out, oh, that's just a young nigga shit. Apparently, people that's of my age range prefer the term dreads. They don't prefer the term locks. So all the fake outrage gotta stop, man. We cannot just be getting mad just to be getting mad in 2025, man. Get mad at real shit. Don't get mad at fake shit because people don't know the proper terminology for certain shit.
And it's like, if they're wrong, state your comments, let them know. If they choose to accept it, they accept it. If they don't, why the fuck were you making a battle out of it?
Especially if the terminology is not widely accepted. Now, if it's just something you prefer, cool. Now, if this is a terminology that's widely accepted, like black people, no, it is widely known. You do not call black people colored in 2025. It's not 1974, 1965. You don't call black people colored no more. It is widely known that you don't call us colored. Now, if you walk up to a black person and call them black, and they'd be like, I'm African American. Or if you call an African American, no, I'm an Afro American. No, terms like Negro and color is not widely accepted no more. So if it's not widely accepted, I understand your outrage. But if it's not to the point where it's widely accepted, this terminology that you mad about, chill the fuck out, bro. Chill the fuck out. Just correct them and say, hey, this is a term I prefer, but there are some people that probably still do use that term, so I understand why you use it. Lastly, the truth. I'm tired of hearing my truth, your truth. There's one truth. That's the truth. There is no my truth. There is no your truth. There's my perspective. There's your perspective. There's my feelings. There's your feelings. But that don't make your perspective the truth. That don't make your feelings the truth. There's one truth. We can have a situation where me and C's get in a fight. And the fight started because of a bitch. But this nigga want to say, well, in my truth, it's more than that. And I say, well, in my truth, it's because of this. No, there's one truth. It started over this bitch. He's trying to spin it. I'm trying to spin it. He gave his truth. I gave my truth. But guess what? There's the truth. Okay? The truth is blind. The truth is unbiased. You have the truth. I don't have no problem with you stating your opinion, with you stating your perspective, with you stating your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid. But as far as like, oh man, nah, this is my truth, Man, stop all that shit, man. Ain't no my truth, man. That's just a terminology y'all try to use to quantify the bullshit, man. There is no my truth, man. You said what you said, you did what you did. Now stand 10 toes on it. Don't try to say, well, I can't speak for y'all, but this is just my truth. No, be like Rose. This is how I feel. I can't say how Bertizzi feel. I can't say how C's feel. This is just how I feel. I respect that because I can't tell you how to feel. But when you start saying, this my truth, nigga, we was all in the house together. Nigga, what you mean your truth? We all got the same fucking truth.
I mean, there's always gonna be the with the truth is gonna be. I think that's a great topic for another day because it's always gonna be like, well, yeah, he stabbed the nigga. I just don't know why he stabbed the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got the truth and you got like shit that happened around
And
it.
that's what I'm saying. So don't say, oh, I stabbed him because of this, and that's my truth. No, I stabbed him because of this, and that's the reason why I stabbed him. That's my opinion. That's my perspective. Don't say this is my truth, nigga. It ain't your truth, nigga. We got the truth. This is the truth right here. It's 5 niggas in the house. We all know the truth. The truth is you stabbed that nigga. That nigga died. So shut the fuck up, bro. I'm just saying that's just something, especially from females. That's a female term I kept hearing in 2024. Well, this is my truth. Man, shut the fuck up, man. I don't want to hear your truth, man. What's the truth, bitch? What's the truth?
What actually happened? So,
Hey, man. Final thoughts, C's.
it's a new year, man. As I always say, do your own research. We need to start getting to a place where we start reading. We actually start reading articles, books, start turning off the TV sometimes, and start maybe listen to the radio, listen to the public radio. FM radio, AM radio is still a thing. Be careful where you get your news from, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, and all this other shit. Hey, if TikTok's not here in 2 months, what y'all gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I already got the contingency plan anyway, and I know a lot of people I know already got some shit set up anyway. But it's a new year, man. It's times to it's really a time to really dive deep and really get what we want to get. It's a new year, a new phase. Even if you don't celebrate the actual Gregorian calendar, it's something different, man. I mean, a lot of people will say like, "Hey, the Hebrew calendar or the Ethiopian calendar, whatever it is, whatever you celebrate, whatever time you look at, like this is a time of renewance and doing new thoughts and new things and just changing your life around. And it's like, hey, like we do joke a lot on this podcast, but a lot of these things we do want you to ultimately think for yourself. That's the main goal is like, hey, form your own thoughts, form your own opinions, look into some stuff, do some research. And it's always at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for you, man. Appreciate you for 3 years of just following us, learning with us, growing with us. Appreciate all of you, whether you listen, whatever form you listen to us, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or Spotify, soon to be on Apple Podcasts coming soon. But yeah, love you, man. And first podcast of 2025. I'm out, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, 2024 was a great year. 2025 should be a better year, man. We gained some subscribers. We made a lot of episodes. Some of our best episodes are this year. Please go check out our episodes in 2024. If you did not listen to anything I said in 2024, please listen to this. You cannot bring your bitch to the Waffle Hut.
Oh shit.
Please don't bring your bitch to the Waffle Hut. When we come to the Waffle Hut, we come to the Waffle Hut to eat waffles, to put whipped topping on them, strawberries on them, chocolate chips, blueberries, pecans, and all kinds of shit. When you bring your bitch to the Waffle Hut, you endanger the sanctity of the Waffle Hut.
But she likes waffles too.
And you take her to Waffle House. But when we come to the Waffle Hut is where we come to be in peace. So please do not bring your bitch to the Waffle Hut. She has no place here. The other Waffle Hut bitches will contaminate your bitch. which will contaminate your relationship, man. So, in the words of Airbnb and Rakim, peace.
Yeah, man. Y'all can catch it at the next light, man. We in traffic. And I'm back quiet.